Good evening. I'm here doing the week 1 milestone recording for my portfolio asset creation 1 class. So this month I'm going to be working on my bust of Gary Oldman. So I've got him started here. I took just what I finished up with for portfolio pre-production and started going on the last critique I got and continuing on from there. Some of the big things I was told was to fix the eyes. They were still a little too big. There was some more overhang for the brow. The nose needed some tweaking. The angle of the nostrils I'm still working on, and even the size of the bridge in the nose and how it relates to the wideness of it. His laugh lines and his mouth was kind of pursed. So I went through and started addressing those changes around here and adding some more definite form to his face. Another thing that was mentioned that was big was defining his temple area. I noticed after being told, looking, there's a definite highlight here on his face, and then you see the shadow, the deep shadow there where his skull kind of has that deep temple area on the side. And then his brow is very pronounced, and you see that in the way that the skin kind of hangs over, from age, and it kind of like sags down so it's over his eyelid. I just then also, went through and I thinned out the neck a little bit, and then formed it to more of the shape of, someone his age. I'm still working on kind of getting the form of, he's got a little bit of like the turkey neck going on at the bottom, so I've been kind of forming that. I'm still playing around with things like the chin, getting everything pulled just right, making sure that it all looks good, that it's at a good place, and not sticking out too far, not sunken in. But we'll just start from the front and go from there. I'll just kind of show you what I've been doing. So the first thing I started with when I went through is I actually started with the cheekbones. They were a little bit too pronounced here, and I started to look at how his face it's in and it comes out and goes back in a little bit. So I started to trim down the areas here and trimmed them out and faded them. I smoothed them out through here so they transition a lot more smoothly like it does on his face. And then how they conform down here. And then I tried pulling out his laugh lines and really getting those out and in the shape that they are on his face, and really making sure I pulled those back to give it room on his face. And then I went through and messed with the mouth a lot, trying to get the shape back to the way it should be. That way it didn't look like it was pursed, but it looked like he was just kind of at a resting position. Did a lot of work with his chin and his jawline, trying to smooth that out. He has like a nice, as you in these pictures down here, you'll be able to see he has a nice swoop. It's a very smooth transition for that jawline, and it kind of goes down, and you can kind of see that just right through there. So let's see, we got the front, and then taking a look at him from the side, I went back and used a couple of references I have down here to get the base shape of his ear down, and the base forms on the inside. I started looking at how pronounced his brow is and how the bridge of his nose is shaped. I think I need to pull that out some more maybe, and then work on this here. I probably need to pull this neck area back in. It's looking a little too thick right there. And then I need to trim the back down a little bit and smooth this out. That was my mistake. I went in and added some geometry on the back, and didn't finish smoothing that out to transition well with the back. Haven't done much work on this side of the model, really focusing on the facial features and everything. I did trim down the neck and the prominence of the muscles, because he's not a muscular young guy. He's older, he's getting up there in age, and it's starting to show in just the wear and tear of his skin. I might have dipped these in too much, but as you can see, I worked on the temple areas and then just went through and kind of started working on some different things just to kind of get more of his likeness in there. Which there's a bottom view, which it's very challenging. I mean, doing my best to kind of make this actually look like him, and he's a very unique looking guy, and he's played a lot of roles, and he's got a lot of character in his face, and this is definitely a project I want to do well and to make sure I pull everything out I can. I'm looking forward to continue working on it. I can't wait to hear back critiques on what I can start further working on. I'm still doing some anatomy studies, really getting the hang of that. Hopefully this week I'll be able to finish getting the big features down, and then start adding some finer details too. If you think I'm ready to tweak, finish tweaking the neck, and then get some more details in there to really pull out his character. That's about all I got for this week. I'm looking forward to hearing back from you, and I'll see you then. Thanks.